showing you the power of cancel culture and the liberal disinformation machine, which is powerful. It is. And denying that it exists is just a disinformation in and of itself. Liberals do have a coordinated disinformation and misinformation machine, and they use big tech to do it. Here's a hilarious example. This is an actual screenshot from my phone today of how Hoaxapedia, otherwise known as Wikipedia, how they describe Spygate. This is an actual screenshot. Spygate. Parentheses, conspiracy theory. Spygate is a conspiracy theory initiated by President Trump in May of 2018 that the Obama administration had placed a spy in his presidential campaign for political purposes. Don't worry, Joe. Don't worry. It's a conspiracy theory. This is all made up. Don't you worry at all. Stand easy, as they used to tell us in the police academy on the mustard deck at 90 degrees sitting in Manhattan melting. Stand easy. Well, kind of throws a little bit of a monkey wrench into the whole conspiracy theory thing. We just had some uncovered documents. Yes, I care whether you folks do or not. I care about Spygate. I know a lot of you do. New documents now reveal a wider-ranging operation to spy on the Trump campaign. Headline, John Solomon, Just the News. Story will be in the show notes today. Please read it. Bongino.com/newsletter. Huh? Wikipedia, Scam-ipedia told us that this is a conspiracy theory. So a secret FBI informant is now revealing that they were spying on the Trump campaign. That can't be, Joe. Wikipedia clearly said this is a conspiracy theory. This is strange. So here we go. We have an actual FBI informant here saying this. So, quote, once secret reports show the FBI effort to spy on the Trump campaign, I thought that was a conspiracy theory, was a far wider than previously disclosed effort as agents directed an undercover informant to make secret recordings, pressed for intelligence on numerous GOP figures, and sought to find, quote, it's a quote, liberals, that means someone said this, anyone in the Trump campaign with ties to Russia who would acquire dirt, quote, damaging to Hillary Clinton. Just underlining that there for the liberals here. I have a tough time with facts. So they wanted anyone in the Trump campaign, an FBI informant, otherwise known as a spy, was directed to get, quote, anyone in the Trump campaign. That can't be, folks. Hoaxapedia told us that this is all a conspiracy theory. That's really bizarre. Oh, there are more gems in this Just the News piece. Here's a couple other bullets from it. Immediately after the FBI opened the collusion probe, they narrowly focused on the foreign lobbying of a single Trump campaign aide named George Papadopoulos. Agents pressed Halper, he was working for them, Stefan Halper as a spy, for information on more than a half dozen other figures, including future AG Jeff Sessions, foreign policy advisor Sam Clovis, campaign chairman Paul Manafort, economic advisor Peter Navarro, and future national security advisor Mike Flynn and campaign advisor Carter Page. You know what's really crazy, Joe? This is really just bizarre. I mean, call me crazy here, but so the FBI is a spy, Stefan Halper. They're pushing to spy on people, and this list of people they're pushing him to spy on, they all have one thing in common, Joe. Think it through. Take a minute. Slow down. I know, you didn't eat this morning. Brain functions on sugar, can't use stored fat or anything like that. Blood sugar's low, processing speed is slow, but they all have one thing. Can we pop that up again? They all have who? Manafort, Peter Navarro, Mike Flynn, Carter Page, Jeff Sessions, Sam Clovis, George Papadopoulos. What do they all have in common? Are they all Greek? George Papadopoulos, I would assume, is Greek. No, I don't think Mike Flynn is Greek. Just checking. No. I think he's Irish. I don't know. I haven't asked him. Maybe Scottish. Not sure. So it's not that. Is it that they're all English speakers? Maybe that's it. That's it. They're all English speakers. That's why they were targeted. Actually, the FBI informant said no. They were all targeted because they had one thing in common. They worked for the Trump campaign. But don't worry. Don't worry. Joe, come on, stop speculating. Stop getting ahead of yourself here. Don't get ahead of the skis. Stop speculating. Wikipedia says it's all a conspiracy theory. It's all a conspiracy theory. Stop your nonsense. Right, well. You're spinning everybody's wheels. You're wasting my time. Part number 2 of this little gem. Poor Joe. While current FBI Director Chris Wray has insisted the Bureau did not engage in spying on the Trump campaign. Oh, don't worry. Chris Wray said so. Halper's taskings include many of the tradecraft tactics of espionage, including the creation of a fake cover story saying he wanted a job with the Trump campaign, secret recordings, providing background on targets, suggested questions to ask, and even contact information for potential targets. Man, that sounds awfully like spying to me.
Yeah, man.
But you know liberals, Joe, they're in love with the euphemism game. They're like, no, that's not spying. It's, what do you call that? What are they, it's undocumented surveillance. They're not illegal immigrants. They're undocumented Americans. This is undocumented surveillance. They love the euphemism game because it plays to idiots. It plays to people who are liberals, who play video games, who didn't realize like liberals would come after their video games next. You were played like a useful idiot. Just like you're being played by Scam-ipedia. This is all a conspiracy theory, the spying. Really? We have a spy admitting they spied and said they wanted to spy on anyone in the Trump campaign using spy tactics. A guy who was a spy, paid like a spy to do spy stuff in spy tradecraft. But definitely not spying. Definitely not spying on the Trump campaign because Scam-ipedia said so.